Are you a split down the middle of the sleep number? Or are you a full sleep? No.
Full sleep.
It's not the best for cuddling.
Hold on to your snacks, because the NFL and pop culture collide harder than ever this week. First up, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce finally resurfaced in public post-Chiefs playoff exit, proving that low-key can still be headline-making. And then, Jason and Travis got hilariously real about their nighttime setups, from sleep numbers to fans blasting their faces. Turns out elite athletes are just as extra in bed as they are on the field.
Number setup, like top to bottom. What all products you working with? What's Travis Kelce's ideal sleeping system?
Next, Patriots quarterback Drake Maye and wife Ann made fans swoon, earning instant comparisons to Kelce and Swift.
I don't know, I can't find it. Right back.
Then Jason admitted to Kylie that he's for sure wished his family would disappear.
All right, have you ever wished for your family to disappear? For sure.
And last but not least, Kylie got a no-nonsense welcome from the Eagles coach's wife, who made it crystal clear she was watching.
I just was like, come here. And she came down. I said, if you with him, I will kill you.
Tayvis officially stepped back into the wild. After weeks of radio silence and zero paparazzi crumbs, Taylor and Travis were finally spotted together again, and yes, the internet collectively lost its mind. This was their first public outing since the Chiefs' playoff exit, which basically made it a soft launch of 2026 energy for the couple. The two were seen heading into a cozy dinner at Funke in Beverly Hills on January 12th, looking very much like a couple that had been laying low on purpose and chose violence the moment they reappeared. Taylor showed up serving effortless "I didn't try, but I absolutely did" vibes, rocking an oversized gray blazer paired with a white miniskirt that reminded everyone why leg day is a lifestyle. Travis, meanwhile, leaned into his goofy cool era with a bowling shirt, because of course he did. Fashion insiders would call it contrast, fans would call it peak Tayvis behavior. This marked the first time they'd been photographed together since November, when Travis had his bye week and the two went on back-to-back date nights in New York, casually dining at ultra-exclusive spots like it was no big deal. The timing wasn't random either. The Chiefs had been knocked out of the playoffs back in December after a tough loss to the Chargers, and Travis had openly hinted he was taking a breather to figure out what his next chapter might look like.
I've talked to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything, and they know where I stand, at least right now. And
sources close to him suggested he was seriously weighing his future in football and enjoying a short stint of being a regular human, whatever that means for an NFL superstar dating the biggest pop star on the planet.
I think, just being a regular human for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next in terms of my future in football.
While Taylor and Travis were busy re-emerging like a perfectly timed pop culture jump scare, New Heights listeners were treated to a completely different kind of intimacy, courtesy of Jason Kelce going full investigative mode on his brother's sleep habits. And no, this wasn't deep emotional stuff. It was somehow more personal. We're talking mattresses, temperatures, fans, and the chaotic science experiment that is Travis Kelce's ideal sleeping setup. The conversation unfolded like two brothers realizing in real time that they probably know way too much about each other. Jason kicked things off by digging into Travis's full sleep system, top to bottom, and Travis did not hold back.
Number setup, like top to bottom. What all products you working with? What's Travis Kelce's ideal sleeping system?
Travis described his nighttime routine as aggressively optimized for comfort, whereas Jason keeps the room cold, like question your life choices cold.
Just falling asleep. Put it at 67, 66, and go to sleep.
I got the cooling system sleep number.
Relying on a sleep number bed set somewhere in the mid-50s to low 60s range, though even he admitted he doesn't remember the exact number because once he's out, he's out.
I got my sleep number set up at, I think it's either 55 or 60. I can't remember it honestly off the top.
On top of that, he apparently uses a cooling pad to drop the temperature even further, stacks a comforter over it, and finishes the whole thing off with a fan blasting directly at his face. According to him, that combination puts him in a state of absolute bliss, which honestly tracks for a guy who spends Sundays getting tackled for a living.
Put that thing over top, cool that thing down, then I got the comforter on top of that, then I got a fan blowing wind on my face, and I am just in bliss.
The chat then drifted into sleep positions, because of course it did. Travis apparently evolved from being a stomach sleeper in his younger days to someone who now just flops onto his back and immediately powers down.
What kind of sleep position you go? Are you a side? You a back? You a stomach?
You know, when I was younger, I used to be a stomach sleeper. I used to sleep on the stomach, but now I'm just lay on my back and just pass the fuck out.
Jason, meanwhile, identified more as a side sleeper who rotates all night like a rotisserie chicken to keep his shoulders from protesting.
Yeah, I go back and forth. My shoulders get sore, so I got to switch it up, but I like sleeping on the side. I'm predominantly sleeping on the left side, but I'll switch over to the right side to even it out.
The brothers basically turned sleep into a personality test, debating everything from starfish positions to pillow placement between the legs. Jason even poked fun at extreme sleep poses, comparing some to crime scene chalk outlines, which tells you exactly how unserious and hilarious the whole exchange was. And while the Kelce brothers were busy oversharing their way into everyone's nighttime routines, the NFL internet immediately found its next favorite couple to project all its feelings onto. Enter Patriots quarterback Drake Maye and his wife Ann, who suddenly became the league's latest wholesome obsession after new post-game footage started making the rounds. The clip showed Ann doing what she's been doing all playoffs long, showing up, cheering loudly, and being unapologetically supportive, while Drake locked in another huge win to send New England back to the Super Bowl. The moment kicked off some chatter online when one angle made it seem like Drake was a little too focused on the chaos around him, while Ann tried to congratulate him.
I don't know, I can find a right back. But
sources familiar with the situation pointed out that another video quickly shut that narrative down. That angle showed the interaction as genuinely sweet, slightly awkward in a we're still processing this win way, and very much real. Naturally, fans did what fans do best and immediately started comparing them to every NFL power couple they could think of, including Travis and Taylor and even Patrick and Brittany Mahomes. Social media turned into a comparison Olympics overnight. Some fans hyped Drake and Ann as refreshingly wholesome. Others dragged unrelated couples into it for absolutely no reason, and a few brave souls tried to remind everyone that love doesn't need a leaderboard. Ann didn't jump into the mess, but instead kept doing her thing, which lately included becoming a style icon. Her custom jacket at the AFC Championship game, stitched together with pieces of Drake's jersey and Patriots gear, got almost as much attention as the game itself and quietly cemented her WAG status in record time. And while Drake and Ann were busy becoming the internet's new comfort couple, the Kelce household reminded everyone that chaos is very much alive and well over on New Heights. This time, the spotlight swung straight to Jason Kelce, who decided to emotionally scar his wife Kylie in the most dad-coded way possible during a bonus episode that quickly went off the rails. The family was breaking down the holiday classic Home Alone, because nothing says festive like a child being abandoned and criminals getting wrecked by booby traps, when a fan question set Jason up perfectly to choose violence. Jason was asked whether he'd ever wished his family would disappear the way Kevin McAllister's did in the movie, and instead of pausing, thinking, or protecting his marriage, he immediately confirmed that yes, he absolutely had. Not once, not hypothetically, but with full confidence.
All right, have you ever wished for your family to disappear? For sure.
Kylie, understandably stunned, tried to narrow it down, asking whether he meant as a kid or as a grown man with 4 children. Jason, fully committed to the bit, basically said both. Laughter followed, mostly because if you don't laugh in moments like that, you probably cry.
Are you talking about when you were growing up or right now?
All the above.
The conversation only got more unhinged from there. Jason casually admitted that he actually did try running away from home as a kid, though his version of rebellion was extremely on brand. No bag, no plan, no destination, just pure vibes and attitude. He walked out dramatically, only to realize at the stop sign that he had absolutely no idea where he was going.
Yeah, you guys are ahead of me. I didn't even pack a bag. I just walked. Fuck you guys. And I walked out the door and I started walking. And then I got to the stop sign and says, I don't know where I'm going.
Travis jumped in to point out that everyone used to panic when Jason pulled stunts like that because he was stubborn enough to actually disappear if left unchecked.
Everyone was terrified of Jason
leaving
running away because
he'd never make it home.
We would really have to search for him.
Kylie, meanwhile, was clearly enjoying herself, joking that Jason's attempt at running away mirrored the way he goes to Vegas now, impulsive, confident, and wildly unprepared for consequences.
He ran away the same way he goes to Vegas.
The dynamic was peak Kelce, teasing, roasting, and somehow still wholesome under all the chaos. Even with the jokes, Jason didn't shy away from the reality of family life after retirement. While stepping away from football gave him more time at home, he admitted that being physically present didn't always mean things felt calmer. And if you thought the Kelce chaos peaked there, it turns out Jason's inner circle has always been operating with full protective detail energy, especially when Kylie first entered the picture. Long before podcast oversharing and viral family moments, Kylie got a very memorable welcome into the Eagles universe courtesy of the ultimate football mom figure. When she started dating Jason, one very influential wife in the organization decided it was time for a little orientation. The wife of a longtime Eagles coach, who had basically adopted the offensive line as her extended family, took one look at Kylie and went straight into Mama Bear mode. Jason wasn't just a player to her, he was her guy, and she wanted to make absolutely sure he was being taken care of. So instead of subtle hints or polite small talk, she delivered a warning that was crystal clear and impossible to forget. The message was simple: treat Jason right or else.
I mean, we knew Jason when he met Kylie. I remember meeting Kylie after a win, and she must be 6-something. I mean, for me to look at her, it was like looking up at the Empire State Building. And I just was like, come here. And she came down. I said, if you with him, I will kill you.
Kylie, to her credit, didn't flinch. She clocked it immediately for what it was. Not hostility, but fierce loyalty wrapped in football family intensity. Over time, that initial warning turned into something much warmer. The two grew close, and Kylie was fully absorbed into the inner circle, eventually being treated less like Jason's girlfriend and more like one of the family. The coach's wife had a reputation around the team for loving the players like sons, feeding them, worrying about them, and emotionally adopting every lineman who crossed her path.
I feel like I need to take care of them because they're part of my family, an extension.
Jason himself later acknowledged that kind of support shaped a lot of his career, and Kylie clearly learned a thing or two from watching how that protection worked. Fast forward a few years, and Kylie had fully stepped into her own role as Jason's personal voice of reason. She became especially focused on one thing: making sure her husband didn't literally fight his way into an unnecessary fine. While Jason played with passion and a hair-trigger temper, Kylie was always thinking long game, reminding him that stepping into chaos on the field, even with good intentions, could quietly cost thousands. Her advice was blunt, practical, and very Kylie-coded. Stay put, don't get involved, and keep your feet exactly where they belong. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.